The Zenler WYSIWYG editor or text editor. So from your dashboard, make sure that you go to courses and open a course. If you're already in the course area, just go across to automations. Let's open up one of the automation rules and show you how the WYSIWYG editor works inside Zenler. I'm going to select this first one here, and we're going to scroll down to the mail content, where you'll then have access to a WYSIWYG editor or a text editor for your email automations that go out. So within here we have two areas, mail subject and mail content, and this is what your recipient will receive when they enroll in a course. Both of these can be modified, so inside of here you have the ability to write whatever you like and also add automated or dynamic content pulled in from a personalization field, such as first name, last name, or the full name. So we can stylize this to make it very customized and very personal by saying dear and then the first name and then telling them about the content. This makes it really nice for your user to see in their mail subject field. Make sure it is catchy, and you can even use emojis inside here as well. If we go to a site, get emoji, I can put an emoji inside here as well. This attracts a little bit more attention to your users. So I'm on the get emoji site, and inside here I can pick one of the pre-made emojis, such as this little finger icon here, and I can copy it. I can come back into the editor and I can just insert that into there. This will then stand out in your recipient's mailbox. Let's move on to the mail content and the main part of this little workshop, which is showing you how the WYSIWYG editor works, or the text editor. Let's go from the very beginning and work our way through all of these tabs to demonstrate their usage. We'll start with this, which is the HTML tag. Now, if you are not a developer or you do not understand HTML, you'll probably wish to leave this one alone. But let's click it anyway. So inside here, it gives you the actual HTML code for your mail. And if you are a coder or a developer, you can insert your own HTML into here. Let's close this back up again by clicking the tag. Next we have here the formatting. So this is good for formatting the style, such as headings, subheadings and body text, and the basic formatting of your text. So what I'll do here is I'll just drop this down a line and I'll just call this the name of the course, or a title. So now I've written this, I can select this text by left mouse clicking and dragging, and I can go into the format options. So you'll notice in here we have one for normal text, which is what this is by default. Then we can turn this into a quote or code, or use any of the H headings, H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. So in this case I'm going to use an H1 tag. So as you can see, this has now changed to an H1 formatted text by using the format options. So you have full control over the formatting of the text, whether it's a heading or a subheading, or whether it's body text. You can also put things into quotes, or you can use code there. So let's move on to the next part, which is making text bold. So simply to make text bold, select the text by left mouse clicking and click bold. And it's as simple as that. So let's make the text now bold and also just italicize it. Click italicize and it's italicized. We can also create strike throughs. So if you put something here and you want to create a strike through, you can just hit this button here. Please note that if these are lightly grayed out, it means that you have an action applied to them, and you can just simply click them to remove that action from there. Next, let's move on to lists. If you have a list built into here, you can simply create list types by clicking the list button here. Let's create a list here. Do a paragraph drop. Let's now select these two and turn them into a list. Click List, and you have the selection of unordered or ordered list. Let's choose ordered list, and you'll see that these will change to bullets. If I add a new bullet underneath by doing a carriage return, I can add a new feature. I can also change this in here to an ordered list. And of course I can select this and I can disable it. Lists are easy to use inside of the WYSIWYG editor. Let's move on to images now. You'll definitely want to add your own image into the site, but do make sure that your image is the correct size. Otherwise the email that's sent out will be too large and may well go into people's spam folder. Click Image. You can either choose an image from the system itself and your library, or you can upload your own image by dragging the files and dropping them in here, or clicking to upload. Let's choose the Zenler logo here for email. And now you'll see that our email image has gone in. Now I do suggest that you edit the image and give it an alt tag. You can also link, and you can set the position and captions inside here as well. You can also open the link in a new tab. Click Save, and it's done. By clicking the image, you'll also see that there's a little button on the corner. If you click and hold the mouse button, you can resize your image down and remove any extra spacing that has occurred. By clicking the Edit button, you can go in and add a caption to the image. You can also set the position. If I set this to right and click Save, you'll see that the image will appear on the right hand side of the copy. To reset this, click the image, click Edit, and then choose a new position or select None and click Save. This gives you the flexibility to insert images inside of your mails and also use it as a master template. Once this is set up, you can clone it and use that in other parts of the automation for the site. Next we have tables inside here. I generally stay away from tables inside emails because of unpredictable results, but let's add one anyway. I click carriage return, hit table, insert table, and you will see that it's created a 3 column, 2 row table. Inside here now, inside the table, you can actually go ahead and delete columns and delete rows. So if I put it into this one, for instance, and click inside here for the table, I can delete this column or this row if I wish, like so. This gives us 2 columns, 2 rows. I can then insert my text in here and use the general WYSIWYG editor to format them. I can also insert images inside here as well, like so, and then use all of the tools that you already had available to you inside of this editor. Let's now delete the table. Next we have links. So within your email you might wish to include a link. So if I select some text in here and click the link, I can insert a link straight into here. Let's go to our Facebook group, leave the text and open in a new tab so they don't lose the page. Click Insert, and now our link has been added to our text. Next we have text color. If I select some of this text, I can go in and I can change the color inside of here to one of the palette options. Next thing is size. If you wish to change the size of your text, you can easily do this inside of the WYSIWYG editor. Select the text, go to size and simply change it. Next we have the font. You can actually change the fonts inside here by selecting the text and going to font and choosing a different font style. Next we have alignment. If I select all of this text and go to alignment and click align center, it will align it. Be careful of your lists as they may not align properly. You can also press Ctrl Z on the keyboard to backspace and go back steps in your email. You can press Ctrl Y to go forwards. Hold the Control button, press Y, hold the Control button and press Z to go back. So as well as our alignment options inside of here, we also have the option to go full screen while you're editing. If you click this button, it will open up full screen and give you a little bit more working space in the WYSIWYG editor. To close it, simply click full screen again. Next and last, we have the personalization options. This is dynamic text added from the system itself based on the enrollment information supplied. If I put the cursor in position and click personalize, I have the option to add first name, last name, full name, email, course name, course sales URL, course access URL, course player URL, the mailing address and unsubscribe list. Now inside here we do have the mailing address and we do have the unsubscribe. Be very careful, these need to be added to every mail that you send out because of the GDPR rules. So if you have these deleted out, you will no longer be able to send this email out. I will demonstrate this to you now. If I backspace this and I save, I will get an error message come up. Emails must contain an unsubscribe link. You'll notice that if I go into the personalization and put the unsubscribe link back in and click save, then the mail will be okay and it will have updated. Best practices are to include the mailing address in there as well, but it is an optional. This is how you can use the WYSIWYG editor inside of your automations for courses. Please note, you can also send a test email to yourself as well down here. Simply type your email address and hit send. Check your mailbox, check the formatting and the style, make sure everything works, and then you're ready to save and make this live. You can also look at the preview option in here to preview how your mail looks. But it's very important to send a test email out to yourself as well, as a backup. This is the WYSIWYG editor or text editor inside of automations for courses.